Hello one and all, my name is Ryan Bruce, my friends call me Fluff, and today on Riffs, Beards, and Gear, we check out the all-new ARC on-ear headphone amplifier with room simulation from IK Multimedia. So I've talked a lot about the importance of accurately hearing whatever it is you're working on this channel before, all right? So, you know, room correction is paramount. Headphone correction is paramount. I found myself in a situation where I had to have accurate headphone correction to do some work on a bunch of mixes for a band. I had deadlines to make, and it was just very, very important that I be able to hear what everyone else could hear outside of my little space. And to that end, we're going to check out a brand new offering from IK Multimedia. This is the ARC on-ear headphone amplifier and DAC with a whole bunch of headphone correction stuff from IK Multimedia. And before we go any further, this video is brought to you by the fine folks over at Sweetwater. Sweetwater has everything you need to do your work and just get it done. Whether that is a headphone amplifier or sets of headphones to use with that amplifier, they got you. Link down below in the description if you'd like to know more information about anything you see in this video. However, all thoughts and opinions are still mine. So before we can talk about the ARC on-ear headphone amplifier and hardware correction unit, we kind of got to shift gears a little bit, and I've talked a lot about monitor software correction and hardware correction as it pertains to the room I'm in, but honestly, doing work on headphones is a whole nother game. Now with headphones, the stereo image sits inside your head, right? We're not hearing actual air moving, and when we hear monitors in the real world, the sound is coming in one ear, but just a few milliseconds later, it's actually hitting our other ear. Now, besides ear fatigue over time, the other issue with headphones is they all sound different. And how are you supposed to know which way is sonically up? So let's talk a little bit about the ARC on-ear as a unit. This is a metal housing. It feels very good in the hand. The monitor controller is a digitally controlled analog unit, which is good. And then also, this doesn't matter what DAW you're using, what software you're using, wherever you are, whatever interface you are using, this doesn't matter. It can work irrespective of your system that you have. It gets out of your way. And that is my favorite part about the ARC on-ear. Also, if you want to, you could use it with your iPhone because this has a built-in replaceable, rechargeable lithium-ion battery and an independent on and off switch, so you don't have to hook this up to your computer to even use it. I love this thing. All right, so now let's talk about the desktop software that comes with the ARC on-ear. This is a controlling software, and this is where you select your headphones and save your presets. I'm just gonna kind of take you through it, and we're gonna hang out a little bit. So, this is our EQ curve here on the top. We can turn on and off calibration. We have basically what is a tilt control. And this is cool because if you like generally the sound that you're getting, but you want it a little warmer or a little brighter, you can change that up. We also have phase line, which I think is making it a linear phase EQ. I'm not totally sure, but we have 3 different points and we can actually correct and kind of tweak. So if we want to hear a little bit more low end, we can do that. If we want to dip some of these mids or boost some of these low mids right here, we can do that too. And we can also change the Q. For example, I can do 2.0 Q, make it a little bit narrower. I can do really whatever I need to with these 3 bands. I saw a lot of people complaining about not having more bands of EQ, and I think this is ultimately, this makes it easier, all right? Because once you start getting into a whole bunch of EQ and EQ points, you're gonna run into phase issues pretty quick if you're not really careful. So next we have studio simulation. This is meant to kind of counteract what I was talking about at the top of this video about not having physical monitors and having some bleed through and, you know, being able to hear your right side monitors with your left ear naturally in the room. This is making it very, very wide. This is cool. This is cool for checking. This isn't something I have on all the time. Now, if we want studio simulation, we can then turn on virtual speakers. And virtual speakers lets us kind of check our mix with, you know, NS10s, KRKs, bookshelf speakers, iPhone check if we want, and we can save all of these per preset, all right? Turn this off, turning this off. So, headphone selection. This is where you see all of the headphones that you can use with the Arc On-Ear. Now, there's a lot of headphones here. I haven't found any that, you know, there's nothing here. I'm like, oh, I can't find my headphone. I've been able to find all my headphones, including my Odyssey LCD2s. Has those. This is important to note as well that the Odyssey is like 300 ohm headphones or 250 ohm headphones, and the amplifier on the Arc has no problem driving them. It's pretty cool. And lastly, we have all the 5 presets on the right-hand side. So we can simply just make tweaks and know that these are saved, and then we can go to the next preset, and we can go to the next preset, and we can set these up either for different headphones or listening situations if we want, and we can switch between them right on the hardware unit. Pretty sick. So what do I think? I have been waiting a long time for tech to get to this point with the Arc On-Ear. Now, for me personally, this means I can comfortably do mixes and mix accurate voiceover stuff on a plane or in a hotel or in an airport lobby, as opposed to having to get this thing out, hook it up, and get the power supply out of my road case, which I probably won't even have with me because normally I check that, etc., etc. This little hockey puck sized hardware unit lets me I could literally toss this in my pocket if I wanted to and be just fine. And the fact that this has a user serviceable, rechargeable lithium ion battery is just the icing on the cake for me. This is a brilliant, brilliant piece of tech. It retails for about $250, which in my opinion is well worth it, especially when you consider some of the software-based solutions are about that in price anyways. Pretty dang cool. I will link down below in the description if you'd like to know more on all things Arc On-Ear. And with that, you've been wonderful. I've been Fluff. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.